This is going to be by far your go-to Guinness Beef Stew recipe with dumplings. I bought stew meat already cut up, but you could cut off of a chuck roast or a sirloin tip roast. I'm seasoning it with a blend of salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, then sprinkling on a little flour. Coat the meat really well, then we're going to sear in batches. You're not trying to cook the meat here, you just want to give it a really nice crispy edge. Once all of the meat has been seared, remove it into the same pot. We're going to add in minced celery, onions, and garlic cloves. Cook that for about a minute. Then we're going to toast some tomato paste and a little beef bouillon. Then pour in a whole can of Guinness Stout. Turn up the heat and we're going to scrape all those bits from the bottom. Add back the meat along with whatever fresh herbs you have. I did rosemary and thyme. Add in a few bay leaves, a few dashes of that sauce, beef stock. We're going to bring this almost to a boil, cover, it goes into the oven, 350 for about an hour and a half. Remove it, add potatoes and carrots, back in for about 30 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to make the dumpling dough. This is self-rising flour, vegetable shortening, but you could use beef fat, a little salt, Parmesan cheese, garlic powder, and fresh thyme. Incorporate the shortening into the flour. Then we're just going to add a little bit of cold water until a nice soft dough forms. Then remove the bay leaves from the stew along with any woody pieces from the thyme or rosemary. Then we're going to use 2 spoons and just drop that dumpling dough into the stew. Cover this, it goes back in for another about 30 minutes. Then at the end, I like to brush them with a little bit of melted butter and stick under the broiler for about 2 minutes. Garnish with fresh parsley, then ladle into big bowls. I am telling you, this was so incredible. Add a few of those dumplings. The dumplings were so light and fluffy. The beef was cooked perfectly. It was so incredibly tender. And the flavor was out of this world. You gotta try this recipe.